Welcome, friends, to the new player guide for Lineage 2. Stay tuned. Welcome, friends, to a new episode of Lineage 2. Today we're doing something a little bit different, and a lot of you guys have suggested and asked if we do a new player guide. You want to know how to kind of get to my level and the steps to take after you get through the main quest line. So without further ado, we're going to step right into it. Obviously, the first thing you guys need to do is create a new character. When you start, pick a character that you want to play and go through the motions by selecting all the class and gender. I suggest that you start with something like a dark elf archer type of deal. So if you look at the class paths, a lot of people are playing storm screamers or wind masters, or if you click the warrior class, a lot of people are playing ghost sentinels as well. So those are two good classes to start with if you are looking to get started. The other class that you should consider playing as well to begin with is, on a second account, you're going to want to start yourself with an Hierophant. It's pretty important to have that along with whatever main you're going to choose. When you get logged in for the first time, you'll get a really cool cut movie that you can click through. It's kind of fun to watch. They call you a newbie. Yeah. And then you see stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then you get walked right into the tutorial. Now, for some reason, if this chat window is not online, the first thing you want to do is come talk to Tarty. Tarty, with the little icon over her head, this is the perfect thing to do. You can read through the little help guides that come up. If you're new to the game, you can click through.
Click the link located at the bottom of the window.
There you go. You can click through all these things. You can read all of this stuff and get through some of the ideas. I think most of you have gotten through a lot of this. You can click on the quest stuff. You can go through. You can click through these things. I've done video from 1 to 85. If you're interested in following that path, by all means, please get yourself to 85 by following the Tarty questline. If for some reason something doesn't come up, just keep clicking on her and following the quest. It'll take you wherever you need to go, and as you can see, it's going to teleport me right to the training grounds like this. Here we go. Now we want to be able to smash some face, go over to a group of mobs, and turn on your auto toggle. You can smash and hit everything that you like, and then you'll gather 15 of them. There we go. Try to stay out of somebody else's way because they're here. And you'll gather as many as you can. When you complete the task, it'll take you to a spot.
To find out what that item is,
right.
click the question mark icon.
It'll take you through a spot where it'll tell you, would you like to teleport to the next area? You teleport to the next area and then you're done. As you can see, once you get to 15, it'll tell you what you need to do. Turn off your auto smashing of the face. And you can click on the quest icon, and if you look in your inventory, you'll have a scroll of escape. Just click on that and it'll take you to the person you need to go to. There you go. Speak to him, do quest, rinse and repeat until you're 85. You can walk through this. If you need more details on this, I'll link the video. It'll be up in the upper right hand corner. I'll put a card up there for you guys to follow. The 1 to 85 quest line. You can do this in like 40 minutes. With no gear. Once you've completed your class transfers, you're level 85 and you are now a tier or whatever you chose, a Yule, you'll have more things to start with Tarty. Go ahead and continue on, and she's going to take you through the next parts of the quest line. Now, you should have, at level 40, you should have gotten your gear for R grade. I don't have that because this is on a different, I have S grade armor because I'm just not there yet. I've got some birthday pack stuff, tier warrior, Oh, that's cool. So we could get those better jewels. You'll get all these jewels. You can put this stuff on. It's all perfect. It's good. Oh, there you go. Your Paulina's R grade set. There we go. We can put that on. Put on all your gear, obviously. There's your armor set. We can update all of that stuff and put on all your gear. It looks real nice. And you look pretty baller. Pretty baller! It is beautiful. It's pretty cool that I still have a dynasty stat, though. I do like that. Sometimes when you put the jewels on, there's a goofy thing that has never been fixed. Don't know why. But there you go. When you get to level 85, the next steps you're going to talk to Harif. You're going to go through the Where's My Fate. And if you want to see these things, you can follow my level 85 to 99 guide. I'll also link that here. You can just continue following these and it will take you through the next area. You teleport. This kind of gets you through to actually into, here we go. When you get to this area, you're going to get to Voldos at the Altar of Evil. This is going to take you from level 85 to 95. So you have to reach 95. You're going to stay here and you're going to update your macros and you're going to go back and forth. A good macro to depending on what you have we need to add a new macro. I'm not sure exactly what you're using, but you can take your things and you can put them all in a macro, and then you can take that macro and then put it right here on this and turn it on and off. If you need more details on how to get from level 85 to 99, you're going to go from here, and after you get through to level 85 or 95, you're going to follow the quest line, and then they're going to take you off to the bloody swampland, and you're going to do that from 95 to 99. If you want to see that video, it should be linked in the upper right hand corner for you. Then once you've made it to level 99, this is where I think a lot of people feel like they are stuck. And I want to go talk about some of this stuff. So your next thing that you get is you need to defeat a bunch of monsters in Blazing Swamp. You take it to Blazing Swamp, which is off of Aiden, and you teleport out to Blazing Swamp. Oh, before we do that, there's something that I forgot to mention. As you're leveling up through all of this stuff, you may have to do it once or twice. You're in Gludio here. Talk to the buff manager. Before level 99, you can get yourself buffs. Go ahead and get your buffs so you have a full set. Okay. Perfect. And then you can take yourself out to Aiden and then Blazing Swamp. And from here, you need to collect 1,000 hot energy, which is, you pretty much get 1 per every kill or so. So it does take a little while, and then you have to reach level 100. And this is where people, I think, start to get a little off track. One issue that you find is that you're going to go to many of these places in Blazing Swamp, and they're already going to be occupied. It's an unfortunate deal. You're going to have to try to steal people's mobs. There's nothing more you can do. Everybody is a bot, and they've turned on their auto skills, and they're just trying to get through level 99 to... You're going to stay here in Blazing Swamp to probably about 101, 102-ish. And this is going to take you a long time. I'm going to say that again. This is going to take you a long time. Some of the things and pitfalls you're going to have to get used to are being PK'd. People will come through all of here and they will just kill you for no reason other than they want to kill you and stop you from leveling. It sucks. I know. I'm sorry. But it's part of the game. So the other thing that you're going to run into is that this is extremely slow. It's going to take you probably a month or two to get yourself from level 99 to 100 to 101, 102. What I do suggest, though, is that you get yourself into a clan. In the clan tab, there is clan entry, and you can look through the clans. I would join one that is level as many. You know, there's a lot out there. Try to join as anyone that you can that'll have you. Okay. Try to get in with a decent clan. You might have to rinse and repeat and try that process numerous times. But if you get into a decent clan, you can find some people that you can level with that might help you curb your issue, and might help you power level you too, which is kind of cool. So you're going to spend a lot of time in Blazing Swamp. Don't be discouraged. It is part of the game. You're going to die a lot. Just be used to that. If you can, there's a few spots that you might want to consider looking at when you're looking at Blazing Swamp. Try the corners. You know, I know it's a big loop, but if you can get yourself along this top edge or some of these outskirts areas, you can find yourself some nice places to be able to level that there's not many people around. Like, for instance, right here. Pretty cool. Also, one thing that you should mention, always have your auto pickup on, and then turn matter mode off. You know what? Don't have manners. This is the time of the game where it really doesn't matter. Everybody's stealing everybody's mobs, and at this point you can pretty much just walk away. You can turn this on to long distance. That's usually what I do as an archer. You might want to consider changing it to short distance if you're a melee type of character and you want to stay in one small spot. Your character will go around the map all over the place. Another thing that you're going to do is you're usually going to have your IS with you, and there's pretty basic macros that you can do for having your IS follow you. You can put all of your IS skills. Oh, I should probably turn on some of my we're going to do that one. Sniper stance, quick fire, mind's eye, and sniping, I think, are the ones we want. I could have that wrong. It's been a while. Yeah, I think that's right. A basic macro for your IS would be to target your player name. For me, it's Railwin. And then target your name again. Railwin. Then you can put any other things in here that you want. This is going to be an auto follow macro, and as long as you have your skills on your bar for your IS and you right click them, they will automatically buff you all the time. You're going to need an IS from after 99, so when you get to 100 you won't be able to use these buffs from the buff manager anymore, just so you know. Another thing to say about your macro is when you create your macro, give it a name. You know, I usually do follow or assist, and then save it. Take that and then just right click it on your IS. It'll automatically follow you, and then you'll be able to use your stuff. The reason you want to do this is because there's other skills that you get later that will help you, that you can target your character, and then also like Proof of Might is one of the skills that you'll get at like 103. You can add that underneath your target and then put a delay underneath it that'll look something like this. Do this here. It would be use skill, Proof of Might, and then usually what I do is I do delay 304, you know, because it's 300 seconds, it's 5 minutes, you can cast it, so that's a good thing to keep, and then you just automatically follow. I don't have, it says null because I don't have Proof of Might, but you get the idea. Once you've gathered all of your hot energy and you've reached level 100, it's going to ask you to go through the next part of the quest line, which I don't particularly have up in front of me. You guys can follow that as you get there. You're going to get through, and it's going to ask you to start talking to your dual class master and things like that. You can go and start your dual classes once you've completed all of that. Get a dual class that kind of coincides with the gear that you've already got. For me, I've got light armor because I'm an archer, so I would probably go with some sort of Othel or another type of archer to complement. So when I actually change over to my dual class, I know I'm an Is Hierophant. That's bad. I need to change that. It's not good. when you change over to it, you can use pretty much a majority of the same stuff you already have. Think about that when you select your dual class. This is an example of a bad dual class because that requires me to have a completely different set and a completely different weapon as well. So think about that when you choose a dual class. If you have questions, leave comments. I'd be happy to answer them for you. The next thing to discuss is how to continue on. A lot of you are asking, you have the basic set, you have the basic skills. The first things that you should focus on spending as much of your Adina on is all of your skills. This physical attack, if you're a melee type of character or whatever, start using it. Start filling it out. If you don't have enough, keep saving your Adina until you do so. These are helpful. Also get your book of inspiration, get your extra buffs. This is important too. A lot of people neglect this because they don't want to spend the however much it is to buy the book. It's a couple million. Do it because those extra 5 buffs are worth it. Trust me. You want to get them. And then also get your dual class skills up as well. The other thing that you want to start focusing on is there's a few things that you should focus on first rather than last. I personally would focus on getting your weapon. You're gonna want to get yourself a weapon. You can look in the auction house. That is one way to do it. Look up your weapon of choice. For me, I would look up a bow or a crossbow as an archer. And I look, you want to try to find something, these are all R110. You're going to want to find something that has some sort of reasonable cost. Like this guy here. This is $1 billion. That's quite a bit. Now these are R95 and you're like, wait, whoa, you're R99. It may not be a bad idea to invest in an R95 weapon if you can afford it. But if you look, this one's $1 billion. But if you save a few more billion, you can get yourself an R110 weapon. There is no penalty grade for changing a grade of higher. So think about that as well. I would try to focus on getting something that is around the 1 to 2 billion range. It's a crazy amount. You're like, oh my God, I'm never going to make $1 billion. How do you do that? Well, there's a number of things you can do. One thing is you can put money into the L2 store. If you are a free-to-play player, obviously this isn't for you. So don't follow this. You're going to have to just spend more time doing everything. But if you are going to spend money in the L2 store, there are things that you can purchase that you can sell on the market. Some of these paths, these labyrinth passes, these will sell on the market. I don't know what they're for. You're going to have to look on the market and find out what they're for. The other things that sell on the market is, where is it? Supplies. These guys. Buy these. They don't cost much. You can buy them and you can sell them for like 20 million each. So if you do the math, it would only require you to invest maybe about 20 bucks and you can get yourself $1 billion and then you've got yourself a decent weapon. Really, for 20 bucks, it's not a bad idea. And I'm telling you, getting a +5 R weapon or, if you spend $2 billion and you get yourself a +4 or 5 or 7 amaranthine thrower here, or apocalypse thrower with a few of the soul crystals on it, this is going to take you a long way. $20 can go really far. That's how I started. I suggest that you do the same. If you don't want to do that, you're going to struggle. I'm going to tell you that now. I know the game is pay to win. You got to get involved with that. Now, there are some other things that you can do as well if you want to further your progress faster. There's one thing that you should look up is the Destiny Pack. It's 2,400. You should get this. This is really helpful. It helps you level faster. It helps you get through the levels. It helps you get out of Blazing Swamp. You want this. It gives you an XP rune for 30 days. 200%. It gives you drop rate runes, hero coins. It gives you a bunch of these mysterious juice potions. And it gives you, yeah, these are nice. The other thing that you should consider is getting the Prestige Pack. The Prestige Pack is out on the website on lineage2.com in the shop. It's a subscription. It costs $15 a month. So for about $45, you can get yourself the Prestige Pack and you can get yourself the Destiny Pack. And that's pretty much needed for continuing on past 100. If you're not thinking about getting involved, you're going to be, it's going to take you forever. You're going to be in Blazing Swamp forever. And you can certainly do that. I suggest that you don't. Spend 20 bucks, spend 60 bucks, get yourself into a decent weapon right away. Whatever you're going to go through, you can spend 20, 30 bucks and get 2 billion pretty quick. I mean, this weapon right here, it's not the best, it's not the worst, but it would give you something that you can start to build on. It gives you a good starting point. That's why I'm talking about that. Oh yeah. Then, the next thing that you should consider after you get yourself a weapon is you want to consider your armor set. You're going to want to, you can look in the auction house and you can start buying single pieces. If you do that, that is one way to go. So you could piece together your whole set. Now, if you're going to do that, I would suggest that you click down in the, 3 or 4th page type of arena and look at the prices down there. You can get yourself a decent +6 type of set. Not set, just one for under $1 billion. Not bad, not bad. So I would consider getting yourself to a +6 set. If you get just the regular +6 set, that's great. And then you can work on getting it blessed, which is another piece of the equation. You can go through and try to bless each piece yourself, or you can just buy it blessed outright. I'm going to tell you it is better to probably buy it blessed outright because it can be a little bit painful. But if you're short on money, buy the cheap ones without the blessings, and then you can bless it yourself later. The next thing that you should look at is anything that you buy should be +6 or better. Don't even screw around, because if you look, the +6, gets down into all of the pieces, and you get a lot more with the P defense and things like that. So you want +6 or better. After that, you should start working on your talismans. So in your inventory, you've got your talismans. So they give you the basic ones. But you should start working towards getting yourself to a Hellfire, getting yourself to an Anakim, and getting a decent leveled Veneers talisman. If you can get to a level 10 or better Veneer, that's a decent one to start with. The other thing that you might want to focus on if you're willing to spend some money is you can get yourself the rare accessory pack. It's on the market. It's 2,000 N coin. It's like $15, $25, something like that. I can't remember what it costs, but you get all of these jewels. Check this out. You get an Antharis earring, a Blessed Phylakis necklace, a Tauti ring, an Earthworm ring, and a Ruler's Authority, and a Linvior's ring. These are all epics, and they're super helpful, and they're all 30-day coins. So it's really, really helpful. Something that you can maybe help get yourself started. If you want to put in a small initial investment, you're like, I want to get a weapon, I want to get an armor set, and then maybe put another 20 bucks in. So for like $100, you can probably get yourself to where I started in this series, which is pretty decent. After that, you want to get yourself a cloak. I know that kind of sounds dumb, but you want to get yourself a decent Elmore cloak. Now, I don't have a decent one yet, but the one that I do have does give me an extra 3% PvE damage. Now, if I got myself to a +7, that would be it'd be 7.5% PvE damage, or it might be 15. I can't even remember, but it's huge. It's a huge bonus. So I would definitely focus on getting a cloak. It's amazing. It's really good to have. I don't have one. That's the next thing I want to purchase, but I have a +3 already. I'm not willing to upgrade it because you can really dump some money into it, but you should focus on getting an Elmore cloak or whatever cloak that you would need for your, class. If you're playing a foe, you're going to want one of the other ones. I can't remember which ones are which off the top of my head right now, but that's something to focus on. I think this is a perfect place to stop. That's a lot of information all at once. I know I can't show everything there is, but that's a decent path to get started. Now, if you're going to do this all free to play, just realize this is all going to take you much, much longer. Much, much longer. I do suggest those basic things. Get yourself the Prestige pack, subscription online. Get yourself the Destiny pack. So those two together is about $45. That's a good way to get things done. The other thing that you can get are the Emperor Special Cocktails. You can buy a whole bunch of these and sell them for 20 million each in Giran. They sell. They're slow to sell, but they do sell. And eventually you'll get a whole bunch, and then you'll start building your income to be able to buy certain things like get your weapon. If you put 20 to 40 bucks in and sell all these, you can get yourself a weapon. You can maybe start working towards your armor set, and then you can start working on those other things we talked about. Get yourself your talismans. Get yourself your Anakin and Hellfire. Get yourself another veneer. And then start working towards your cloak. And these are all really great steps to start gathering. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the biggest disclaimer in the whole entire video, and this is why I'm putting it at the end, because some people might hear it at the beginning and be like, I don't want to watch anymore. What I'm going to say is, if you're not planning on spending any money, you are going to struggle. It's going to be extremely difficult to move forward. So, if you're going to get into the game, expect to spend maybe $100 to initially get started, and you can feel free to spend a whole lot more if you want. There's a lot of people that spend a ton of money in this game, but the little things that I've done that I've shown you, you can keep yourself under $100 a month, and that's pretty much the cost to play the game, and that'll keep you moving in the right direction. So I know that might be a little jarring to hear, but that's the writing on the wall, and that's what we like to hear. And I'm being honest with you. There's no places to farm Adina in the game at level 99 through 105. You have to get through 105 and get yourself a whole bunch of gear before you can start farming Adina at all. So just know that. Alright friends, I hope this has been a decent guide for you. I know I can't show every single thing there is to go, but if you have any questions, please leave comments down below. Join my Discord. We have discussions about this kind of stuff all the time, and I would love to be able to help you out and move you in the right direction, and hopefully see you guys in the game. As always, please like and share on your favorite social media. I hope this guide has helped you move yourself in the right direction and get yourself shiny like me. And I'm not even that good yet. Just wait. We're going to get there. And I hope you guys do too. As always, catch you guys in the next episode. Take care and be well.